You're going to think I'm lying, but I have proof. There's a room in my apartment that didn't exist last week, and every night, it's getting bigger. I haven't told anyone about it yet. Not the landlord, not the police. You'll understand why. If you stop listening now, you might sleep better tonight. But if you keep going, you'll know the truth about what's inside. I moved into this building 3 weeks ago. Old brick, creaky floors, ceilings so low you'd almost think the place was built underground. The rent was cheap enough to make me overlook the smell of damp wood that lingered in the hallways. The layout of my apartment was simple: bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room. I memorized every corner while unpacking. But one morning, walking from the bedroom to the kitchen, I noticed something strange. There was a narrow door set into the hallway wall. It wasn't there before. I would have noticed. The door was painted the same dull beige as the walls, but the paint seemed newer, cleaner. No handle, just a keyhole. I pressed my ear to it. Nothing. That night, I dreamed of the door. In the dream, it wasn't in my apartment. It stood in the middle of an endless hallway, walls slick with moisture, the air buzzing with a low hum that vibrated through my chest. Something was behind it, breathing. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to a sound coming from the hallway. A slow, deliberate tapping, 3 knocks. When I checked, the door was gone, just blank wall. The following day, I convinced myself it was stress, maybe sleep paralysis. But 2 days later, it was back. This time, slightly ajar. Inside was not another room, just blackness, deep and absolute. A cold draft seeped out. Against my better judgment, I reached in. My arm didn't find a wall. It kept going elbow deep, then shoulder deep. The air inside was thicker, heavier, like warm water that didn't cling to your skin. Something brushed my fingertips, something soft, like fabric or skin. I yanked my arm back. My hand was numb, pale, as if I'd left it in ice water for hours. That night, the dream returned. Same hallway, but this time, the door was open. I saw a shape moving in the dark, tall, impossibly thin, its head brushing the unseen ceiling. Its face, if it had one, was blurred, like a smear on glass. I couldn't move. I couldn't even breathe. It leaned down, impossibly slow, and whispered directly into my ear. Not yet. The next morning, the door in my hallway was gone again. But the air in my apartment had changed. Every sound, the hum of the fridge, the ticking of the pipes, felt distant, muffled, as if I were underwater. Shadows in the corners seemed deeper. I started hearing faint whispers, not words, but shapes of words. My own name sometimes, like someone saying it from inside a dream. 3 nights ago, I woke to find the door wide open. The darkness inside wasn't empty, it moved. Slow currents of shadow slid past each other, forming shapes that dissolved before I could understand them. And in the center, a chair, identical to one in my kitchen, except for the fact that something, was sitting in it. It was a silhouette at first, but as my eyes adjusted, I saw details. Its skin wasn't skin at all, but a shifting texture, like fabric caught between dimensions, and its head tilted with an almost curious slowness. I should have run. Instead, I stepped forward. Every step felt heavier, as though the air thickened the closer I got. When I was just an arm's length away, the figure leaned forward. I thought it might speak again. Instead, it smiled, and I realized it wasn't smiling at me, it was smiling through me, at something standing directly behind me. I turned, nothing was there. When I looked back, the door was gone. Now, the hallway in my apartment feels longer. Measured, it's still the same distance, but it isn't dot. You can feel it when you walk down it, like it's stretching, bending in some direction that doesn't exist in this world. Last night, I woke to find the chair from inside the door, sitting in my living room. I didn't touch it. This morning, it was gone. But the smell of damp wood is stronger now, and when I press my ear to the wall where the door sometimes appears, I hear breathing. Slow, patient, waiting. If you're hearing this, you still have time to leave. But you won't you'll want to know what happens when the door opens again. So stay and listen. More stories like this are waiting for you. You just have to step inside.